It'll hold.
We're not gonna make it.
We'll make it.
Pull up! Pull up! You did that on purpose, didn't you?
Hey everybody, and welcome to episode 10 in my Halo Combat Evolved playthrough series. I've been playing through Halo CE, the original first game, on the original Xbox console. This is the 10th and final episode, 10th and final mission in the game, the mall, where we return to where it all began, which is the ship that you play the first mission on, your ship. So I do want to point out, if you restart the video, I didn't want to talk during the intro cutscene, but if you restart the video, the part where the camera is kind of panning around the front of the ship, there's and towards the front of it there's like a round kind of silver color, because most of the ship is like a bronze color. There's a kind of a round symbol that has a circle with a line coming straight out of the bottom, and for those that don't know, that's the marathon symbol. Marathon was Bungie's most popular game series before Halo. It was a first-person shooter series back in the 90s, kind of the Doom era, so it kind of, looked similar, to Doom in that regard graphically, but was, everybody loved it for its really deep story, and wasn't too different from Halo. In fact, one of the two founders of Bungie, or the original founder of Bungie, Alex Seropian, he said in an interview after selling Bungie to Microsoft in 2000 that Halo was kind of a spiritual successor to Marathon, and that the guy you play in Marathon and the Master Chief, as far as he was concerned, are kind of the same character. So you see some cool little nods to Marathon, like that symbol, being on the Pillar of Autumn at the beginning, which is kind of cool. But so in this mission,
we need to get to the bridge. From there, we can use the captain's neural implants to initiate an overload of the ship's fusion engines. The explosion should damage enough systems below it to destroy the ring.
So in this mission, we're going to be fighting Covenant, Flood, and Sentinels, because, again, you have the Flood have taken over everywhere. Now the best way to fight Sentinels is energy weapons, so Covenant weapons. So, like you saw right there, the assault rifle didn't really do much to him, but the Covenant plasma rifle took him out pretty quick. And then the plasma pistol, the overcharge shot for the plasma pistol does, takes him out in one shot. So it's really good. So again, kind of like I've said in previous videos, the loadout to go to here is going to be plasma pistol and shotgun, because shotgun's the best weapon for against the Flood, and the plasma pistol is the best weapon against the Covenant, but it's also the best weapon against the Sentinels. So I'm just kind of looking around. We'll come down here. So you you see we have sentinels fighting Flood down here. And just like in the previous mission when I was pointing out that anytime you have the Flood fighting against the Covenant, you know, unless you're being pushed from behind, let them fight each other. You know, because it makes it easier for you to just come in and kind of mop up who's left. And the same thing goes in this mission when you see the Sentinels fighting Flood. You know, you let them do most of the heavy lifting, and then you can just kind of come in and, you know, do cleanup work. So we want that shotgun from that guy there. See if I can find where it went. Oh, it's right there. So, oh. I was trying to pick up that plasma pistol. I don't know where it went. That's the only thing whenever these explosions get so crazy. Send stuff flying all over the place. Oh, there it is. Alright, so this part, we're going to have Flood and Covenant with, because we're trying to make it to the bridge. So you're kind of retracing steps from the first level. Oh. So, kind of need a pistol. Oh, Flood took out that hunter. It's kind of impressive. Oh, there's a pistol. Now, I don't know if that other hunter survived or not. Sometimes he'll be in here, you have to lure him out. Yeah, he's right there. Yeah, they're not hard to lure out. So this part, always just kind of be a little patient and just sit back, and because you have grunts with fuel rod cannons, and then you have spec ops elites, which are the ones with the kind of black armor. So you just kind of sit back here and take those guys out from a distance, because you got health packs, you got shotgun ammo, there's plenty of weapons in here. Well, I'm not hitting anything, am I? There we go. And those guys are surgeons with plasma grenades, so be careful. Anytime you see them throw that arm back like that, they're going to stick you if you don't move. So it's best as soon as you see that animation to get out of the way, because they're so accurate with those things. Oh, I missed him. Look how he's trying to position himself. Got him. Alright, so we'll go ahead and pick up a plasma pistol again. Pick up this health pack. Then we'll make our way to the bridge. Oh. I forgot about those guys coming out. Yeah. I should have waited. I forgot about those guys coming out. I thought that was the room was cleared. So I shouldn't have picked up the other health pack. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick a pistol back up so I can kind of take these grunts out. Try to get me. He tried to stick me. Look at him. It's so... Dude's got an unlimited supply of plasma grenades. He's just chonking at me. Yeah, let's try it. No, that's not what I was going for. There we go. Let's try this. See if we can... Ah. I was hoping I could hit him with a charged up shot. There we go. So, pick this back up. That. Pick up something. Wow. Alright. Now there's an elite to the left when you come through this door. So you can either stick him or hit him with a
We made it. Let's get to work.
hit him with a charged up shot and then finish him with the shotgun. And make sure when you kill those fuel rod grunts that you don't stand near them, because when you kill them, they drop those fuel rod cannons, and then after a couple of seconds, they explode. And of course, if there's any grenades or anything nearby, then it's gonna kill you. So see how it's smoking? It's gonna explode.
I need you to upload me into the control systems. The terminal is located next to the main view screen.
I leave home for a few days and look what happens. This won't take long.
There. That should give us enough time to make it to a lifeboat and put some distance between ourselves and Halo before the detonation.
I'm afraid that's out of the question, really.
Oh, hell.
Ridiculous! That you would imbue a warship's AI with such a wealth of knowledge? Weren't you worried it might be captured? Or destroyed?
He's in my data arrays, a local tab.
You can't imagine how exciting this is! To have a record of all of our lost time! Human history, is it? Fascinating. Oh, how I will enjoy every moment of its categorization! To think that you would destroy this installation as well as this record! I am shocked. Almost too shocked for words.
Restart the self-destruct sequence.
Why do you continue to fight us, Reclaimer? You cannot win! Give us the construct, and I will endeavor to make your death relatively painless and...
At least I still have control over the comm channels.
Where is he?
I'm detecting taps throughout the ship. Sentinels, most likely. As for the monitor,
He's in engineering. He must be trying to take the core offline. Even if I could get the countdown restarted, I don't know what to do.
How much firepower would you need to crack one of the engine shields?
Not much. A well-placed grenade, perhaps, but why? Okay, I'm coming with you. Chief, Sentinels!
Alright. I guess you can't go down there anymore. Alright, so now we gotta make our way to
the
engineering.
ship was heavily damaged when it crashed. Head to the cryo chamber. We should be able to get to the engine room through there.
I think that shotgun holds 70 rounds. Alright. So here we have again more Flood and Covenant fighting. So as usual, we'll let them duke it out a little bit. Come in and oh, he got me. Splatter that orange crap all over the place. What happened? I think I got like stuck on the door or something. I was trying to back up into it. That's fine. There's the health pack. It's funny, some of the younger Halo YouTubers that I like watching, I watch some of their videos of them playing through. I guess, you know, they grew up with the later Halo games, you know, and have videos up where they go back and play Halo CE and, you know, talk about how difficult it is. And it is a difficult game, but a lot of it is, like I've been saying throughout the series, is situational. So if you know what to do and you know what weapons to use, it's not that bad. That being said, if I had to rank Halo games so far as difficulty, I think I'd probably put, obviously, Halo 2 as the hardest. Halo 1 was difficult, especially back in the day when, you know, playing a twin stick. Now, to interrupt myself, this is the first time that these guys have shields, so you have to hit them twice to drop once to drop their shields, and then another time. See, now I'm out of. So let me go see if I can find the plasma pistol. But if I was to rank difficulty for Halo games, I would say Halo 2 would be the most difficult, easily. And again, Halo 2 is one of those things where once you know what to do, it's not too bad. But just like this game, when it first came out, you know, playing a first-person shooter on a console where you moved, you know, forward, back, left, and right with one stick, and then you aimed with another stick, that was new. And so, you know, obviously after decades of playing games like this, you know, you get a lot better. But in the beginning, you know, everything was kind of a learning experience. So that first playthrough on Legendary was so brutal on this game. But same thing with Halo 2. You know, Halo 2, the shield strength of elites on Legendary was just insane. And then of course the Jackal snipers, everybody, you know, that's been talked about to death. But I'd probably put, I'd probably say, if we're counting just every Halo game, I would say Halo 2, then Halo, this one, Halo CE, and then ODST. I remember I saw one YouTuber said that he thought ODST was the easiest, but I remember my first playthrough of ODST being pretty difficult. And I hadn't played in a long time on Legendary, so I'd have to try it again to see. But I always rank it pretty high just because I remember it being so hard. And then I'd say probably say Halo Reach. Halo Reach, to me, honestly, Halo Reach and CE, I feel like have the most balanced Legendary difficulties, because in both of those games, playing on Legendary feels very challenging, but not unfair. I don't know what's happening. Whereas Halo 2 feels, oh, I'm gonna die. That didn't go as planned. But Halo 2 feels unfair. Halo 3, I would say, is too easy on Legendary. Not that it's easy, but compared to Legendary in other games, it's definitely not that difficult. I don't know what's happening here. I don't normally die this much right on this part. I gotta get to that door before the sentinels do. So what I always do right here is come back here and again let the sentinels and the flood fight each other. But yeah, so Halo 2 in terms of legendary difficulty per game. Halo 2 for me, Halo CE, Halo ODST, Halo Reach, Halo 3, then Halo 4, and then Halo 5. And the reason I say Halo 5 dead last is because of the whole revive mechanic where your teammates can revive you. Like, I don't like that mechanic personally, and I feel like it takes away, it's like having insurance. You know, like you don't really have to worry so much about dying because, you know, unless it's something you falling off a cliff or something, you know, it's you know, death can't come back from, then, you know, your teammates can just come revive you. So, but yeah, but I plan on, this is the first series, but I actually plan on playing through all of the Halo games. I wanted to do them all on original hardware because I have all of the Halo Edition Xboxes. So I was gonna do Halo CE and 2 on my original Halo Edition original Xbox, and then I was gonna do Halo 3 on my Halo 3 Edition Xbox, Halo Reach on my Halo Reach Edition, Halo 4 on my Halo 4. I don't have a Halo 5 Edition, but to be honest, I would rather play through Halo 5 on Xbox One X anyway, because it just runs and looks so much better on that console than it does on this one. Now, if anybody would like to see a playthrough of the MCC versions of any of these games, you know, then I'd be happy to do that. I'm always down to play more Halo, so. Now, what I always do right here is just run straight ahead to this room, because this is where they come from, and there's a overshield in here. But they won't spawn on you. And see, I got the checkpoint, so they won't spawn on you if you're in their spawn. So we have to come over here. And then we have more infighting. Now this one we can't get through here, so we just kind of watch, but what I always do is come over here and try to, there's so many of those infection forms. And there's a health pack there, and a grenade, a couple of grenades, so we'll remember that in case we need them. Just lobbing. Yeah, I felt like it was especially important to play through this game on the original hardware just because of the differences, you know, the fact that the MCC and Anniversary Editions aren't based on this game. They're based on the 2003 PC port, so there's graphical differences and stuff like that that aren't in this game. You know, or the graphics, there's graphical effects in this game that aren't in the MCC and Anniversary Editions. So that's why I really wanted to do that. Now, as far as I know, there's really not any differences between the MCC versions of all the other games and their original versions. But that being said, I still thought it'd be cool to play through them on the original hardware. Pick up some more, but you see those guys are just gonna keep coming. Honestly, I don't remember. I'm supposed to go this way, that way. Oh yeah, this way. Right, so alright. So this is where we're supposed to go, engineering. But if we go through here to the armory, we can really load up on some weapons. I remember the first time I found this, I thought it was so cool. It's just like shotguns and rocket launchers everywhere. And you see this invisible flood. And they'll, as long as you stay in here, they'll keep coming through that door. Now you don't have to fight these guys, you know, but I'm here, why not? But it's just cool how you've got just all the weapons and ammo you could possibly want just sitting in this room. And you can actually come back to this room if you need to. Now right here you can go left or right. What I recommend is going right. And I'll show you.
Engine room located. We're here.
So these 3 tubes. There's
Alert.
2 of them on
The
each
monitor has
side.
disabled all command access.
Oh, and you got
We
these
can't restart the countdown.
health packs.
The only
So you
remaining
go up
option
here.
is to detonate the ship's fusion reactors. That should do enough damage to destroy Halo.
Because the regular
Don't
way,
worry, I have access to all of the reactor schematics and procedures.
there's a lot of walking around.
First, we need to pull back.
So
the
what we're gonna
exhaust
do
elements.
is we're
That
gonna
will expose
crouch
the
jump,
shaft that leads
which
to
means
the
we're gonna
primary
jump and then
fusion
crouch
drive core.
up on top of these barrels right here.
Flight continue to multiply reclaim.
Oh, I missed it. And then we're gonna jump up there. And see how these. So before we do that, we're gonna crouch jump up here. So these series of doors, if you keep following through, you'll get to here, and this door is closed, so you can't go. But this is the exit basically. So what you want to do is you want to blow the conduits in an order that is going to have you blowing the last one when you're right here. So you want to blow this one last. So that means what we're going to do is we're going to start on this side. And there's a little door you can retreat into right here. So we'll start with this one. Now when you pop these
Good.
things,
Step 1 complete. We have a straight shot into the fusion reactor. We need a catalyst explosion.
so you got to hit it right in the middle whenever they. Now you can jump up on this little gap, which will make it easier.
I recommend a grenade or rocket.
But you see how the...
There is an armory station located near the engine room's entrance.
I might die.
Analyzing.
Yeah. See, really you need a plasma weapon right there. But if you're fast enough, you can get it before all those sentinels come out.
Engine room located.
I just missed my shot. So, we'll go back up there.
The monitor has disabled all command access. We can't restart the countdown. The only remaining option is to detonate the ship's fusion reactors. That should do enough damage to destroy Halo. Don't worry, I have access to all of the reactor schematics and procedures. I'll walk you through.
But see, normally...
First, we need to pull back the exhaust couplings. That will expose a shaft that leads to the primary fusion drive core.
There we go. Give me that.
Not acceptable, Ripley.
So we'll hang on to that. And then again, we'll come back over here. But normally the way this works is you're going up these multiple levels through these hallways, fighting tons of flood, and having to trigger these things, and then jump down, then come back up and do it again, and then go to the other side of the room and do it there. And this way, the way I do it, you don't have to do all that. I have no idea what I'm standing on. But I'm not dead, so I'll take it. There we go.
Surrender the construct in order to make the necessary repairs as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I shouldn't have taken that much damage. I was too busy talking.
Good.
So,
Step 1 complete. We have a straight shot into the fusion
yeah.
reactor.
I made my shot that time, though. But you get the point. You know, normally the way you do this, there's a lot of running up and down, backtracking and whatnot. But if you take advantage of the crouch jump and jumping on the edges of the tubes, then you can just blow one, jump back up, go blow the other one, jump back up, and then if you stagger it in the right way, then you don't have to worry about, you know, getting killed or whatever.
I'll walk you through it. First, we need to pull back the exhaust couplings. That will expose a shaft that leads to the primary fusion drive core.
What do you think? That's my claimant.
So, God bless. They wiped me out. Alright. I'm gonna drop down and get a health pack. I wish there was an overshield in here. That'd be helpful. Oh.
Engine room located. We're here. Alert! The monitor has disabled all command access. We can't restart the countdown. The only remaining option is to detonate the ship's fusion reactors. That should do enough damage to destroy Halo. Don't worry, I have access to all of the reactor schematics and procedures. I'll walk you through it. First, we need to pull back the exhaust couplings. That will expose a shaft that leads to the primary fusion drive core. Step 1 complete. We have a straight shot into the fusion reactor. We need a catalyst explosion to destabilize the magnetic containment field surrounding the fusion cells. Use an explosive. I recommend a grenade or rocket. If you run out of explosives, there is an armory station located near the engine room's entrance.
Oh.
Analyzing. Fusion reactor number 1 destabilizing. Use explosives on the other 3 reactors. That should be enough to trigger a wildcat explosion of the engines.
Oh, I missed it again. So we'll do this one, because that's the exit door. Ooh.
Keep it up. Only one more fusion reactor to go.
So last one. But you see how I'm doing? I'm just jump down, blow it. And then go through the exit.
That did it. The engine's gone critical. Based on the current rate of decay, we should have 15 minutes to get off the ship. We don't have much time. We should move
So
outside
now we have to
and signal for
escape
evac.
before the ship
Accessing
blows.
schematics. There's a service lift at the top of the engine room. It leads to a Class 7 service corridor that runs along the ship's dorsal structure. Hurry!
Now I will say, one kind of cool thing is this next part coming up. There's going to be an elevator that comes down. In the book, I talked about in some of the previous episodes that there was a book written based on this game called The Flood that provided extra insight and everything into the what happened. And there's kind of a sub story that I talked about this elite and his team of grunts that is tasked with tracking down the Master Chief. Well, his story concludes when we go through this area. There's going to be an elevator that comes down, and according to the book, one of the elites on that elevator is him. So right here. Oh. So I'll just sit back here. So one of them was him, but he's dead. Now there are two, really three, because there's a special ending of the game, a little special scene you get for beating the game on Legendary. But there's two Easter eggs in the next part that are pretty cool. So I'll try to do both of them.
The Pillar of Autumn's engines are going critical, Fohammer. Request immediate extraction. Approach the crash site and be ready to pick us up at external access junction 4C as soon as you get my signal.
Affirmative. Echo 419 going on station. Echo 419 to Cortana. Things are getting noisy down there. Everything okay?
Negative. We have a wildcat destabilization of the ship's fusion core. The engines must have sustained more damage than we thought. Analyzing. We have 5 minutes before the fusion drives detonate. We need to evac now. Activating final countdown timer. When it reaches 0, the engines will detonate. The explosion will generate a temperature of almost 100 million degrees. Don't be here when it blows.
So this is the infamous Warthog run that was repeated at the end of the Halo 3. So there's two ways you can do it. On this first part, you can take that, kind of go through the middle if you choose. The Warthog, when you ramp, it will pitch depending on how you have the camera. So when you make big jumps, like right here, if you pull down on the camera, unless you're inverted in this other direction, but if you pull down on the camera to where you're trying to pan the camera to look at the top of the Warthog, it'll kind of keep it flat when it's flying through the air. On this next section, the next two sections, it's faster to take the side. So you have these side parts. You can just skip that whole middle section by taking these sides. Makes it way faster. So there's 4 of these sections like that. So the first one you can go through the middle if you want. Second and third you want to go down the side. Also, when you're going through these areas, they have the little ramps on one side. So just stay to the side that doesn't have the ramp. Like that. So this number 3 will take the side again. And then after that, there's one more. So this one, you can go down the middle. Either way on this one is kind of funky. There's no like really just straight easy mode way to go.
Cortana to Echo 419. Request extraction now on the double. Affirmative, Cortana. Foehammer inbound.
Wait, stop. This is where Foehammer is coming to pick us up. Hold position here.
Cortana to Echo 419. 2 Covenant Banshees are approaching on your 6. Evade. Say again, evade. I'm hit. Mayday. Mayday. Airport weapon is shot to hell. I can't hold her. I can't hold her.
Echo 419! She's gone.
Rip Echo
Calculating
419.
alternate escape route. Ship's inventory shows 1 longsword fighter is still docked in Launch Bay 7. If we move now, we can make it.
So first Easter egg's coming up. It's pretty much just called the food nipple grunt. And it is down here somewhere. Yeah, right here. So we'll go talk to this grunt.
Good thing that food nipple's waiting for me at the starship. Cause man, if I worked up a big crunchy thirst.
That food nipple's waiting on him. He's worked up a big crunchy thirst. Now, to show you the next part, the next Easter egg, means I'm gonna have to start this Warthog run over because there's no way to recover once you do this next part. So I'll show you how to do it.
Chief, up ahead.
So we're gonna come at this. There's a big jump up here. We're gonna come at it. And we're gonna, right here, we're gonna start angling this way. And then we're gonna pull down on the stick. Flip the Warthog. Park it right here. And then jump on the gun. Oh no. I'm about to run out of time. And it's over here. And it says Rex. I don't know if you can see it. REX. And that's one of the developers splattered his name. So obviously we're gonna run out of time, so we'll have to start over. But I just wanted to show you that. Also, it's kind of cool that you get to see the little animation that happens if you don't make it in time. So
Negative.
it kind of sucks you have to start the whole Warthog run over, but it's not bad.
The engines must have sustained more damage than we thought.
Analyzing. We have 5 minutes before the fusion drives detonate. We need to evac now. Activating final countdown timer. When it reaches 0, the engines will detonate. The explosion will generate a temperature of almost 100 million degrees. Don't be here when it blows.
Oh, come on now. Also, we don't have to stop at the foam hammer part because we know what's going to happen to her, so we can just keep on driving. I did watch a pretty cool video where a guy on the PC version made a mod where it was basically whenever Fohammer's coming and she's gonna crash, Chief jumps on the front and goes down with her, and when you wake up you're out like kind of that barren landscape out there where the outside of the ship, and there's Marines on that Pelican that survived, and it says no man left behind, and you're basically supposed to try to protect them, and then you go get a Warthog, and there's a longsword fighter, and you get it, and that's how you beat the mission. I thought it was kind of interesting. It's kind of, you know, weird because it resets the timer, so you end up with, instead of 5 minutes, you end up with like 10 or 15 minutes. But it was pretty cool for a fan-made thing.
Cortana to Echo 419. Request extraction now on the double.
On the double.
Affirmative, Cortana. Fohammer inbound.
Wait, stop.
Nope.
This is where Fohammer is coming to pick us up.
I already know how that's
Hold
going to end,
position
Cortana.
Cortana to Echo 419.
Echo 419!
She's gone.
She's gone. Calculating alternate escape route.
And then there's one more little
One
trick
longsword
at the
fighter
end of
still
this
docked in
that
Launch
I'll
Bay
show
7.
you.
If we move now, we can make it.
Because you really don't want to be dying, you know, at this part, because you don't. There's no checkpoint. It'll start all over.
Chief, up ahead there's a gap in the trench. At top speed, we should be able to clear it.
Oh. I almost miffed that one. There we go. So this part down here, this is the end. You have to get out of the Warthog, and there's like, it kind of wants you to go down this middle path, but there's tons of guys shooting. So
That's the ship. Move! We need
if you
to
go
get
this way,
aboard now!
if you take this outside path, there's, other than that guy, there's nobody there. So you can kind of easy mode it all the way to the end. And that's it. That concludes Halo Combat Evolved.
Getting it close.
Here we go.
Come here, you.
I love this part. This is the legendary ending.
This is it, baby.
Hold me. I love it. You don't get that scene if you beat it on anything other than legendary.
Shut them down. We'll need them later. Fancy a look?
Did anyone else make it?
Scanning. Just dust and echoes. We're all that's left. We did what we had to do for Earth. An entire Covenant armada obliterated, and the Flood. We had no choice. Halo, it's finished.
No. I think we're just getting started.
That does it. That concludes my Halo Combat Evolved playthrough on the original Xbox. Thanks to anybody who managed to make it through to the very end. I appreciate you watching. Like I said, I'm going to be doing more of these. I want to play through the entire series, every game. And I'll separate them into series on my channel. I will say one more little interesting tidbit that's kind of funny is right there at the end whenever Chief says, "No, I think we're just getting started," and he takes his helmet off, but the camera pans away to where you can't see his face. When the PC version came out, somebody took that apart and to where they could see, and when he takes his helmet off, just another helmet. So still don't get to see his face. But yeah, there is at the end of the credits. We'll let the credits play through. There's one cool little thing that, you know, lets you know that there's going to be another game. Kind of hints at it, I guess you could say, at the end of the credits. But yeah, this has been fun. I've always enjoyed Halo Combat Evolved. For me, is one of those games that I can just always go back to and always play over and over again, and it never gets old. You know, I don't know what it is, but something about the game that I just love and I never get tired of. Halo 2 will be next. Like I said, I'm gonna play through it on the original hardware as well. One cool thing too about playing through it on the original hardware is something that you don't get and you kind of miss with Master Chief Collection is the original UI. You know, Halo 2 was set the standard for online gaming on a console when it came out. You know, it had its own friends list. You could invite people You know, all of that stuff was built into the game, not Xbox Live. It was built into the game, so it was pretty cool. It was 3 years later, 2007, before another game did that, and it was Halo 3. So here comes the little part I was talking about. It's a little teaser letting you know that 343 Guilty Spark survived. So, kind of let you know there's going to be more to it. But that's it. So, yeah. Our old Grizzly profile that we created for this series. Got the legendary emblem underneath all the levels. So, that's it. And like I said, thanks again to anybody that's watched any of these videos and anybody that's watched all of them, stuck through to the end. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed them as much as I enjoyed making them, and more to come. So thanks again, and have a good one.